Hi there, Loy Machedo. Sweeney from LoyMachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Today, the date is 4th March 2018. Time right now is 11:27. Okay, got this question from one of the youngsters who sent it to me at LoyMachedo.com. That's why people send me questions. This question is about just asking me about sex, teenagers and sex, my opinion. Okay, now when you're talking of teenagers, my assumption is your age category is between 13 to 19. Okay, that's as far as I see a teenager. Now, given that today you live in an internet world that is socially connected, you have access to YouTube, social media, and so many other, so much of media, so much of information that there is. In fact, even people have access to VPN, they have access to porn sites, they have access to, these music videos where they show sex and they show girls and they show romance. Like, in fact, you had one of these Indian videos where this girl winks her eye at the schoolboy and the boy goes, wow. So you have so much of influence that is happening with this kind of bubble kind of world where you feel, wow, she loves me, he loves me. So when you have all this attraction, this influence and peer pressure, obviously there is always a tendency to move towards the emotional side of feelings, that is towards sex. Okay. Now, given the fact that when you're a teenager, your emotions and feelings, your hormones are growing. For girls, it'll be, the breast starts developing, you start getting underarm hair, you start getting hair on your pubic region. Even the guys, you start getting, from a squeaky voice, you start becoming macho and, you feel like, oh, I'm this strong guy, I need to show my muscles, and you wear a cap this way and you put, two sizes, two big shirts and trousers, and you try to feel that you're cool, and you go to shopping malls and dress up, yo, you do all that stuff, and you put the cigarette in your mouth, and you want to act like you're cool, and you put a little bit of your facial hair to show, oh, I'm a thugonomics, I'm Tupac, and I'm this rapper, I got a little bit of mustache here. So this is normal. This is normal. You will feel like you're this big shot, big guy. And, some of you like to put chains and rings and all that stuff. For adults, for people like us, we have gone through it. We went through it 20 years ago, 20 or 30 years ago. We look at you and feel like it's so funny. So you want to act all these big stuff. And that is where this inclusion of sex comes in. With all this confusion of your identity, of who you are, obviously you think of sex. It's very normal, it's very natural. And given the fact that some of you want to masturbate and you have so much of the urges, so you want to experience pleasure, it's a good feeling. Your body feels good, your mind feels good. So there's so many things that confuse you with sex, masturbation, pleasure, relationships, so many other things. So I'll just give you my thoughts about each and every one. Okay, First things first. Now, sex is a need. It's an urge. It's a feeling. It's like hunger. You feel it. Okay, that is why many people masturbate. Now, if you're really sexually very active, if you have so much of these emotions and urges, I strongly recommend you masturbate. I strongly recommend. Why do I say masturbate? Because when you control it, this no fap rule, and it works with some people, it doesn't work with most. Now, if there are some of you who can't control it, now if you don't masturbate, then you will be like, sexual, desperate guy. Any girl you see, you'll go mad. Any guy you see, you'll go crazy. And that will backfire big time. So the best thing is when you masturbate, at least you feel a little relaxed. You feel, okay, fine. You climax, it's done deal. But if you do not masturbate, you bottle it up. It's like pressure ready to explode, So if you are sexually super horny and turned on, masturbate, that's okay. Watch porn, masturbate, do it yourself. It's pretty safe. I would honestly recommend you masturbate because it's safer. Okay, that it's much more safer than having sex, because remember this, what I want you to understand is sex is you with another person. There's a very strong chance you can get an STD. And if you get an STD, you would have to tell your parents about it. There are many unfortunate cases where they've got a permanent STD which has destroyed their life. And I want you to Google and search. See, since you are so much, since you're so curious about porn and all that stuff, Google and search STDs. Have a look at some of the really, really horrific STDs that you can get. And I'll tell you, it's not a joke. Some of them can really destroy your life. Forget AIDS. Forget AIDS. You can even get gonorrhea. You can get herpes. And some of them are for life. So please be aware of the fact, I'm not going to the extreme of AIDS. I'm telling you stuff that really happens. You can get an STD and that can really, really impact your life, if not destroy it. The second thing is, if you're a girl, please remember, girls, you will get pregnant. The boy doesn't get pregnant. Please keep this in mind. And no matter how much a boy tells you, I love you, I'll marry you, that's all fucking shit. Guys, they change with time. People change, man. Come on. When you are 5 years old, you would love to eat a lollipop and you'd love to play with dolls. When you're 10 years old, you stop playing with dolls, you stop eating lollipops, you eat chocolates and all that. So when you're 15, you don't play with dolls anymore. You watch Nickelodeon or you watch, some other program. So when you're 25, you'll change. People change with time. Every 5 years, you change. So the guy you're dating now or the girl you're dating now, you're not going to want to date that person 5 years from now. The people who I dated when I was 16 years old, when I was, like 20 years old, I didn't even look at their face. When I was 25, I didn't look at the people at 20. When I was 30, I didn't look at the people at 25. Today, when I'm 41, when I look back at the selection of girls who I thought I really was crazy about, even at 39, even at 38, even at 37, imagine 41 to 37, there's such a wide gap. It's like, oh goodness, what was I thinking? So what I want you to understand is the selection that you make right now may look like wow, but as you grow older, you'll regret it. So it's like getting a tattoo, putting a permanent tattoo on your body, you'll regret it. So girls, especially girls, because boys will not get pregnant. Girls, remember, you will get pregnant. Please, please, please. There is all this bullshit of, if you love me, you'll have sex with me. True love is sex. No, sex is sex. Sex is lust. Boys feel horny. Girls feel horny. So differentiate. Keep in mind, sex has an impact. You'll either get an STD if one of you has a disease, or there will be a price to pay. Okay? Sex is not like, just have sex and nobody knows. Now, if in case you do have, you are like determined to have sex, it's your call. Remember, you will have to pay a price for it. And if you're determined to have sex, please have safe sex. Please, 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 please have safe sex, because sex is not a joke. Okay? So my first recommendation is go for masturbation. If masturbation is not your thing, it should be your thing. It should be your thing. Okay? Masturbation is not your thing, then remember, you will be just bottled up and you might end up doing the wrong thing. There are many, many times young boys and young girls, they go for small children, which is very, very wrong. Very fucking wrong. Don't go for small children. Please, please, please. So that is why I say masturbate. At least you'll feel relaxed. But on the other hand, if you still want to have sex and you're determined to have sex, and sex is the way for you, please save sex. Keep one thing in mind. If you're young, boy or girl, if you have sex, there is no guarantee. There's nothing got to do with, in the future he's going to marry me. That's all bullshit. In the future he's going to marry me. He loves me. That's why, I love her. You're just horny. You're just horny, and that's about it. I've had more than 450 relationships. Every time when I was horny, I thought I loved the girl. And when you're horny, you want to put your tongue there, your nose here, your face here. Oh, I want you to come on me. I'll come on you, and all that stuff. I'll put a strawberry in here. I'll put a carrot there, and I'll put it in my mouth. And I want to try anal sex. And this and sex is very disgusting. It's body fluids. It's not. You don't get up in the morning and say, oh, you can put your cum on my face and let me lick your cum. No, it's disgusting. It's body fluids, okay? But only when you're turned on, you feel all this is great. Once it's done with, you don't think about it. So sex, remember, is like hunger. It's an urge. It's a feeling. My first suggestion, recommendation for you is masturbate. That will take care of your urges. But if in case masturbation is not your thing, then get busy doing something else. But remember, if you bottle up your feelings, it's going to backfire. Discipline never works. Self-control doesn't work. And if you're in a relationship, remember this is all temporary phase. Everything will break. I can challenge you, it will break. Don't give me some fucking example of some YouTube or some Facebook. They got married when they were 18, now 90 years later. That's all bullshit. That time they didn't have the internet. Today you have internet, so many girls flirting. Even today when I'm married, I get girls sending me their naked pictures, even with your bra, and saying hi, this way and that way. So it's normal, okay? And please, boys, especially boys, don't send your dick pics, don't send your naked pics, don't chat horny with girls. Girls don't like it. You'll be named and shamed. Don't be stupid moron. Girls don't enjoy that. And if you are determined to have sex and you're saying, yes, I will have sex no matter what, please save sex. Please remember, STDs are a very real thing. Forget HIV, forget getting pregnant. STDs are a very big thing, okay? Very, very big thing. And girls, this is one bit of advice for you. Remember, it's not the boy who will get pregnant, it's you who will get pregnant. And if your parents are strict, don't even get into it, because the last thing you want to do is get hammered left, right, and center. Having said that, end of the day, it's your life. You want to have sex, go ahead and do it. You have to pay the price for it, but please keep in mind, safe sex always. And very important, if you're I know that people say, oh, if you're 18 or if you're 19, the problem is people can say after 18 you can have sex. But come on, just because you are 17 years, 11 months, 30 days, and the 31st day you become 18, that doesn't mean you one day before you're immature and one day after you become mature. So there's nothing like that. So please keep these points in mind. Sex is not a joke. Sex is there's a price to pay for it. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a great feeling. We all want it, but be careful about it. And please do not mess up your life. If you are determined to have sex and you're like, oh, Loy, I will have sex and she will have sex and we will do it, practice safe sex. That's all I can say. But if you really want, the best solution out of this, masturbation solves a lot of problems. You don't have to worry. So anyway, Loy from LoyMachedo.com, who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding, giving you his views on sex and teenagers. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you feel it's a good video, give it a thumbs up. Feel it's a bad video, give it a thumbs down. Let me know your comments. This is me signing off for now. Take care. Bye.